Who's the character everyone loves but is actually annoying? The Great Gazoo, the Flintstones, Minions, Jerry from Tom and Jerry, Peppa Pig. At the end of the day, she is a spoiled brat. Dobby from Harry Potter. Lots of people seem to love him, but I honestly just thought he was annoying as fuck. Actually pissed a friend off in the theater because I chuckled when he died lol. Ted from Him. Rory Gilmore. I hate that stupid talking orange and all his little fruity pals. So much. SpongeBob. I'm more of a Squidward guy. He's more realistic and the type of dude I'd take a hit with. Raymond. Gina Linetti. Ferris Bueller. Ross from Friends. Frosty the Snowman. I can't explain, but that motherfucker gets on my nerves big time. Ben 10. Sheldon Cooper. Janice from Friends. It's a given she's if not the most certainly one of the most annoying characters in television's history. But I know a lot of people really liked her, and also that she pulled off her character's brilliance with ease and natural finesse. Gene Belcher. I can't stand him. The host from Is It Cake? Jess from New Girl. Borat. Any child on Disney Channel. They all just do whatever they want, ignoring authority figures, and it always works out for them. That isn't how life works. Homer Simpson. He had moments of being a good person, but in later seasons his worst traits became so amplified. The annoying orange from 13 years ago. Frank Gallagher. Shameless. While not everyone loves him, enough used to find him relatable that they'd forget the guy is a selfish, self-righteous, xenophobic, vengeful fuckhead and would always act like he was such a cool bro character. Fuck Frank Gallagher. Snow White. Every version. I have hated her since before I knew I could hate. Fuck you, you saccharine dumbass. Monica Geller. Elle from Stranger Things. Kem in Modern Family. Raymond. Arya Stark and Sansa Stark. Leslie Knope. When I started watching Parks and Rec I thought she was meant to be completely toxic. But then I started seeing people identifying with her all over the place, so just me maybe? Lucy Ricardo. I get that without her shenanigans you have no show, but she's such an infantile brat. Walter White from Breaking Bad. I just started. Lily from Him. I feel like her character was very bland and had no specific traits that weren't just traits of Allison Hannigan's. Marshall had very goofy jokes and standards. Ted was virtuous and corny. Robin was very headstrong and direct. Barney was childish and extremely emotional underneath. But Lily has no overarching qualities. Emo. Pete Davidson. Friends. Peter Griffin. I don't know how Lois does it, his stupidity would have had me packing it up a long time ago. But as a viewer, it's hilarious. Jar Jar Binks. Ross from Friends. He's whiny, pushy and just plain annoying. I just don't get it why people like him. SpongeBob. Michael Scott. Harley Quinn. Might not be so loved anymore. Naruto, Sasuke, and Sakura. These three have to be the most obnoxious tritagonists in anime. Jim from The Office. Usopp. Carrie Bradshaw from SATC. Self-absorbed, not a good friend and just the worst. Peppa Pig. Forrest Gump. Zenitsu from Demon Slayer. Not sure how loved he is honestly. I just remember a family member saying her kids love him and so do all of her friends. But yeah. The constant annoying whining yelling thing. Holy shit no. Louise Belcher from Bob's Burgers. Embarrassed smiley face. Embarrassed smiley face. SpongeBob. Louise from Bob's Burgers. Rory Gilmore. Marinette from Miraculous Ladybug. Jess from New Girl. Gina Linetti from Brooklyn 99. All 6 characters from Friends. Bob from That 70s Show. Idiotic fat boss that somehow got a bunch of hot chicks and was somehow always rich. Jade West from Victorious. People only like her cause she's pretty. The Green Fairy in Fairy Odd Parents. C3P0. Even as a kid I hate him in 6. Jim and Pam from The Office. Fuck them. Abby Sciuto. The solidly middle-aged goth girl on NCIS. No thank you, hard pass. The only way that role would be more annoying was if she was replaced by a French mime or the venom-spitting neck-frilled dinosaur from Jurassic Park. Jack Sparrow. The drunk, staggering around act gets old fast. That one guy from Fifth Element. I forget names. The radio announcer guy. Holden Caulfield is kind of a whiny bitch. Though dislike is a stronger term, I dislike her. She's very uninteresting and drab. And I'm so annoyed by her size. The hostess from Nailed It. Jesus. Michael Scott. Everyone in Seinfeld. Cosmo Kramer. I always get shit for this, but I despise Han Solo and hated pretty much every scene he was in. He's a nice guy, at all. Too cocky, full of himself. There's a difference between confident and arrogant and he comes across on the wrong side of that for me. Draco Malfoy. Sam Puckett, specifically when she bullies other people for laughs. Gob, from Arrested Development. Junkrat, Overwatch. Kevin Hart. River Song on Doctor Who. God I hate her. Kramer. Ray from the newest Star Wars trilogy. One-dimensional performance. Also still upset about what they've done to Finn in the episode 9. Peppa Pig. It's Pat from SNL. Hilarious skit, but I would definitely be annoyed if I had to work with Pat, Scrappy-Doo, Dwight Schrute, Michael Scott. I love him, but if I knew him or I would absolutely hate him. Barney Stinson from How I Met Your Mother. He portrays a very toxic way of masculinity and seems to get a pass because the actor is gay in real life. Michael motherfucking Scott. If you understood my sheer hatred of him and his dumbass antics. He's not a lovable dad character who loves his co-workers. He's an entitled, narcissistic, parasocial douchebag who only looks out for himself. Remember Scott's Dots? That was the episode that truly made me hate him. I never found him lovable or goofy, I always found him insufferable and annoying. People from Manifest, mostly Ben and Michaela. Jack Geller from Friends, Bluey. Those kids are naughty, spoiled, and treat their dad like shit. Brian from Family Guy. Ross Geller. Michael Scott for the most part. Really annoying to me for some reason. Michael Scott. It's great to watch him on your TV, but if you actually knew him in real life, you'd fucking hate him. Michael Scott from The Office US version. My co-workers are obsessed with the show and sometimes it's funny, but most of the time I find myself supremely annoyed watching him. It makes for entertaining television, but I can't stand the character himself. Michael Scott. That character is actually a terrible person, I don't know why he's so beloved. Phoebe from Friends. President Jed Bartlett. Everyone I know loves The West Wing, but every time I tried to watch I ended up playing a drinking game by taking a shot whenever he reminded someone he was president, which could happen dozens of times each episode. Buddy from the film Elf. Kramer. Michael Scott. My husband and I are watching Malcolm in the Middle for the first time, neither of us watched it as kids. And it has brilliant writing and is consistently laugh out loud funny, but damn if Malcolm is not one of the most trash characters I've ever seen, it's brutal. Beth Dutton. Baby Yoda. Dr. House. Doctor Strange, Dr. House, Sherlock. Caillou. Teddy from Bob's Burgers. I truly hate his character, he's never funny, just a complete dipshit. And every time I express my opinion on him everyone downvotes me, unamused face. Eddie Munson. He's hardly a character, and was only put there to become beloved and die immediately. Emo. It wasn't enough time to actually love him as a character since there wasn't enough time for any really authentic development. Then he was dead. Daniel Tiger. Smug little shit. Ang from Atla Emo. I hate that guy. Fraser Crane. Reddit. I'd probably be annoyed with a bet if I had to put up with him constantly. Community. Peaky Blinders. Schmidt from New Girl. This will be a controversial opinion for my American brothers, but any Betty White character. Each time I've seen her she's played a rude bitch who I can't stand. She seems to be universally beloved, which is mystifying to me. Jim from The Office. Hugh. The characters of Big Bang Theory. All grating characters wearing geek face. I have no idea how people found that entertaining. Especially with Sheldon being demeaning, as well as demanding, of everyone. That guy's dead wife. Anna Karenina. I encourage those of you who haven't read the novel to dive deep into it. You won't regret it. Sheldon Cooper, and yet I like him. Jack Sparrow. Pam and Jim from The Office. Charlie Brown. Why would every adult neighbor give him a rock on Halloween if he wasn't annoying? Trump. Tweety Bird from Looney Tunes. So much self-conscious cuteness, plus he stirs up shit to plays the victim. The real world has enough manipulative characters, I don't need one in my cartoons. Elon Musk. The answer is Dobby, and it's not even close. Harry Potter. He managed to fly on a broom the first time, then he defeated the villain, whom the whole country could not defeat, 3 times in his life, and after that he is not omnipotent and every teenager can associate himself with him. Bart Simpson. Every character in Schitt's Creek. Zenitsu. Me. Zenitsu, or however you say his name, from Demon Slayer. God, he gets on my nerves, I have to skip whenever I see him. Grandma. I hate the version of Drummer in The Expanse show. She absorbs at least 3 other minor characters. Lloyd Christmas. This speed guy on Twitch and damn near everyone else on that platform. Being loud and stupid really gets you famous apparently. I don't understand the brain rot that people must have to sit through that shit. Cheryl Dunt. Baby Yoda. Jessica Day. Comfortable Doug from Centaur World. Literally everything about him is annoying. Sonic the Hedgehog. Bakugo from Ma. I left the fandom 2 years ago, but I don't understand how someone likes him. Kramer from Seinfeld. Eeyore. Raymond. Hee. Holden Caulfield. Chad from Bleach. C3PO. I once had someone tell me how annoying he was, and after that I couldn't see him any other way. Toast from Bee and Puppycat. Rebecca from Edge Runners. The Gilmore Girls, and I love that show because they are so annoying. Any tsundere ever. In animation, it looks cute because we, as the viewer, already know both sides of the equation, but in real life that would be the kind of person I'd want to smack the snot out of. Ron Weasley from Harry Potter is so incredibly annoying, I just cannot understand how people like him. Larry David. When he's playing himself. I find Donald Duck quite annoying, his voice just doesn't do it for me. I love The Sopranos, and I think I have some amount of hate for every single character I've ever seen on the show. SpongeBob. Ted Mosby. Ross Geller. I think he's a good actor and he was definitely funny in The Office, but I find his voice annoying and loud honestly. But Michael Scott. NGL. SpongeBob. Demon Targaryen. Kramer. No Face. Draco Malfoy. Maybe I'm just a roast, but how do people find this guy attractive? Monk from Monk. Harry Potter. Lorelai Gilmore. Seinfeld. How the fuck do you work in comedy without being funny at all? Anyone from Big Bang Theory except maybe Penny. Any character from Friends. They're all horribly annoying in their own special way. Ron Weasley. Annoying, needy, talentless, and yet still somehow gets the girl in the end. Should have died in either Fred or Serious Place. Phil from Somebody Feed Phil. I think he is sometimes genuinely rude. Alpha Nirkel. Anyone on the Brady Bunch. Fleabag. Seinfeld. I don't mean to offend anyone, but I say Gojo Satoru from JJK. The entire cast of The Office. Also basically any character Will Ferrell ever played. Jar Jar Binks from Star Wars. Jim Pam from The Office. They're both absolute terrible people. Eric Cartman. Not really annoying, but he's the most lovable evil character there is. George Costanza. SpongeBob. Olaf from Frozen. I find Phoebe from Friends extremely annoying. Harry Potter. Michael Scott. Shrek. Trevor Noah. Olaf in Frozen. I think Jake Peralta. He seems lovely, but, really, he keeps acting like a child and expect everyone around him to make up for it. The kind of guy everyone would hate working with. Elon Musk. Waluigi. Ever since it first aired, I've never gotten around to seeing the love for Eric Cartman on South Park. I think the show is great and I have my favorite characters, but Cartman's voice makes me cringe and I despise when someone tries to imitate it in everyday life. SpongeBob. Simon from Gurren Lagann. Daenerys Targaryen. Caillou. Patrick. Jack Black. Robin from Stranger Things. Whatever Lady Gaga's character's name was in that movie with Bradley Cooper. Sheldon from Big Bang Theory. Everyone except for Penny was annoying on that show. And Ashton Kutcher from 2.5 Men. Sheldon. Hagrid from Harry Potter. Lisa Simpson. Joey Tribbiani. Sheldon. SpongeBob. Jimmy Fallon. Sheldon from The Big Bang Theory. Jar Jar Binks.